Today we're going to be styling vintage pieces, including this incredible antique corset that I found recently, along with lots of other amazing vintage and antique pieces that I found during my recent trip to Barcelona when I went vintage shopping. If you haven't already seen that video, you can go back and catch it. You can also watch the video in this amazing warehouse where I found lots of these pieces. But today we are styling them, which is the part, honestly, that I live for. I love coming home and taking everything out and seeing what way I'm going to wear it. I know a lot of people are a little bit daunted by vintage, and some people worry about looking like they are wearing a costume or they've just stepped out of a certain time period and they want to avoid that. I personally love that, but I know it's not for everybody. We're going to style really wearable pieces today, outfits that are going to help you incorporate vintage into your everyday life. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Kerry. I'm a style mentor and I focus on vintage and sustainable style. And I'm all about teaching women and helping women to uncover their own creative expression and to tap into that and to tap into the confidence within themselves, to express themselves visually and in a way that feels unique and creative to them, and also in a way that is sustainable. And I believe the best way to do that is through vintage. It's my personal preference for what to wear, but also because vintage is so unique and it really allows for creativity and self-expression. It's already here, it already exists, it requires zero manufacturing. Using what we already have is the most sustainable option that we have. So I really love to educate and speak about vintage, and of course love to wear it, and love to style it, which is what we're going to do now. So that's going to be super fun, and I'm so sorry, I did want to get this video to you a lot earlier, but I've been a bit sick the last couple of weeks, so it's extra fun for me to take these pieces out now because I haven't actually worn them or styled them or done anything with them yet. So I was thinking we would start with a little recap, and I'll just give you a little reminder of some of the pieces that I found. I won't do everything because I did style some pieces in the last video, and I've just put everything on a rail here that I want to style, and then I picked out a couple of pieces from my wardrobe that I have ideas around but haven't tried yet, so we're going to do that together. But first, I'll just give you a little recap of everything. So we have this incredible corset, antique corset, which I'm very excited about. No idea what I'm going to do with that one yet. And then we have all the shorts that I got. So we got these beautiful Edwardian cotton and lace shorts, and these are also white cotton and lace, but these are lace. These are a bit more durable, less delicate than the other ones. I got some pink silk tap shorts, and everybody loved these. I do too. These are the apricot, peachy, coral colored silk tap shorts. So we'll have some fun with those. And then there were all the corset covers. I did style some of these in the last video, but I have them here just in case. I want to pair them with something. And then this was the beautiful blouse that I got from Beatrice. I think I saw this in the last video. I think I just tried it on with my jeans, which is how I would wear it. But it's out here in case I want to put it with something that I'm going to wear today. And then I just pulled, these are just random pieces that I thought would go together. We have this. I'm so in love with this. It's been too warm to wear it yet, but I just love the colors so much. And we're going to style that today. And then this fabulous piece that is just a dream. So gorgeous. I've had this hanging in my dressing room, and it just makes my heart beam every time I walk in when I see it. So really looking forward to putting something together with that. And I think that's everything. Oh, and then this top actually I'm wearing. This was one of the finds that I had, and it is like a obviously underwear bralette corset. That's the back, which is really nice. And it was really too big for me, so I took the panel out, a large piece at the side, and had it fitted. So now it feels great. And then there's also this piece, which is really beautiful, and that's kind of very similar to the Edwardian shorts here. I haven't really studied the lace on them yet to see if they're a pair. if they're actually a match. I don't think so, but they of course will work really nice together, but that's not necessarily the way I'd be so drawn to styling them. I think it feels too easy for me. It's already done. I want to play with it in another way as well. So we'll do that today too. I just noticed this now, so I thought I'd share it with you. When I've got like delicate vintage fabric like this and I want to protect it, these types of hangers can leave marks and even damage the fabric, especially when it's this old. So I have just cut off pieces of denim there and I just attach it. It's just like I just pin them together, you know, when I hang them to protect the fabric. Or another thing I do, which I've done there, is I wrap sellotape around it, and it just makes it soft then, so that metal isn't against the fabric directly. Okay, so let's get styling. I'm thinking about which ones to do first, and maybe we'll start with the lovely summery shorts, will we? That's what I'm thinking. So this is the first look with the shorts and the top, the little set together. And it's just really simple, not a lot of styling required. I've put some simple jewelry on to go with it. And this lovely antique bag, which you've probably seen before. I'm going to take you over to the mirror so you can actually see the outfit. Okay, that's better. I can show you the full look now with shoes as well. So these are so nice to wear. They're so light and easy, breezy, and just perfect for summertime. And then the top is lovely too. And then I'll wear this top with jeans and other skirts and things as well. Yeah, I do like these together, but I think I would style them separate more often. This feels a little bit too girly for me. So let's let's play around. I would add a pair of sunglasses to this look as well. And I like how the sunglasses kind of just give it another feel, because they're from a different era, they're 70s, and it makes the look a bit more interesting. So this is feeling more me. I've paired the same shorts with the lovely silk blouse, 1920s blouse that I got from Beatrice. And I did a little job on the sleeves. As I showed you in the last video, the sleeves were very, you know, the women's wrists would have been so petite back then, and it didn't fit me, but the rest is fine. So here's the full look here. I'll take you over again to the mirror so I can show you. And I really like this. This feels more me, really effortless, really, really comfortable to wear. And yeah, I've got this lovely vintage bag with it. It's velvet. I love the print. It's just gorgeous. And it was probably originally for knitting or needlework or something like that. And I've just done a little half tuck. And yeah, I've also got some vintage 70s sunglasses to go with it. And that just breaks the look up again. And again, mixing all these different eras together for me, gives a really nice feel and feels very true to my style. And it's what really allows vintage to feel more modern. So what are we going to do next? I might do one more with this. I've just had another idea pop into my head. I'd like to see these shorts. I have these brown boots that I love. I'd like to see them with that. So let's try those on. Okay, next look. I have paired it with the brown boots, which I really like, and this French workman's shirt, workwear shirt. These are really popular. You can find them in a lot of good vintage stores, and they're made from really heavy moleskin cotton, very soft and lovely, and they're very comfortable. They were originally worn by farmers, workmen, artisans, railroad workers. They were utility wear, and you can get them in pants as well, with nice big pockets, kind of cargo style pants, which are really cool too. So I've kept it with this bag and my hat, which is an old favorite, an old vintage hat, and my brown vintage boots. So yeah, I really like this look too. This also feels very effortless and relaxed and comfortable. And yeah, this is a great travel outfit, or just walking around the city exploring, and or just going to wherever you're going on a summer's day. I'm trying to figure out what the best angle is. It's really hard on YouTube because it's a wide angle to show you full outfits. So I feel quite far away when I show you over there. So let me know, do you prefer the mirror shot or when I stand back and just show you the whole look that way? Let me know. But that's the full look. And yeah, let's move on to another piece now. So these are the other little white cotton shorts I got, and this is just a very easy, like work from home, going for coffee, whatever, everyday outfit for me. And I'm so glad I got these. I was in two minds because they were so similar to the other ones. But the other ones do feel a little bit precious because they're so old and the cotton is so light and the lace is so delicate. Where these, I have actually been wearing, you can see they're all creased. I need to steam them. But these are really just really nice to wear. So light, perfect for this weather. And yeah, that's like a very practical and everyday outfit. But still keeping it vintage, still keeping it very me, and keeping it very comfortable. Here's my rail of goodies, just deciding which one to try on for you next. Maybe let's do this, will we? I'm still in the shorts. I was about to take the other piece to style it, and this is why I really encourage you to play with your clothes, because then I just saw this hanging next to something else and I was like, I'd love to try that with the white set. And this is how ideas spark and come together. And we often sit in our bed or wherever thinking, oh, what am I going to wear today? What am I going to wear? And the inspiration doesn't come there. The inspiration comes when we've got our clothes and we're looking at them and we start to play. That's when creativity happens. So I really always encourage everyone to do that. So I paired it here with this silk bed jacket, and I really like that look. And I've changed the loafers to a brown pair, and then I'd probably do this little bag again and wear it as a crossbody. And yeah, it's just really showing how versatile these shorts are. I could go on for days with them, but I won't. Let's move on to that duster. It happened again. I'm still not in the duster. And this is what makes playing with your clothes so fun, because outfits come together that you'd never thought of logically. And I just love that. I love experiencing that creativity just happen. So super fun. So that's what happened here. I still had this little top on and I was about to hang it up. And this is the top from that I was wearing earlier with the white shorts. And this lovely polka dot petticoat was hanging there and caught my eye, and I thought, oh, they'd be really nice together. So that inspired me to go and pull out this blue little bed jacket and put them together. And I really like this. This petticoat is really special. It's got little blue, baby blue polka dots on it, which is really quite rare. I'd never seen one before, and I've never seen one since. They're usually just plain white, which are lovely. I've one of those as well. But I love this with the little polka dots. It's super playful. And then it's got this lovely gathering at the back that kind of gives a little bit of a tail bunched effect, which I love too. I paired it with some 70s glasses. And what bag will I do with this? I'm going to go with this lovely little vintage, well, antique bag. I love the little pop of pink and blue. It goes well with the rest of the colors I'm wearing. So there's the full outfit. Very comfortable again, very light. Fabrics are always so important during these hotter months, which is one of the reasons I love finding these antique pieces and wearing them, because they're just perfect for summer. So there's the whole look, head to toe. And yeah, really like this. Okay, I promise the duster next. So this is the duster. And I love the color of this duster. That's really what drew it to me. I originally thought it was 1920s, but now, since I've got it home and tried it on, I believe it's probably 50s, judging by the collar. And this shape is very 1950s. So it actually buttons up along the side, which is lovely, except it's missing a couple of buttons there. And it belts then too. It's actually really nice buttoned to the side like that and closed. But yeah, we've got some buttons missing. I can always move those here, but I'd love to find something similar. That might be tricky because these were clearly handmade specifically from the fabric of this duster, the fabric from here, but we'll see. You never know what you can find. So I really love the color of this, and that's what I wanted to play with. So I paired it with this blue slip dress, and I love how the tones work together, and that kind of just led me to keep playing with the tones of blues and greens. And I've added these green velvet boots that I wear a lot, and this beautiful antique bag, which is also green. So this is definitely one way I'd wear it. It's too warm where I am at the moment to wear this. It's too warm just to wear the piece at all. But this is a great springtime, autumn, or even summer evening, depending where you are, outfit. And yeah, I love it. It's very me, and I really love this piece. I want to style it in a casual way too. I would actually casually, like if I wanted to casualize this a bit, I would just change the shoes. Let's do that now so I can show you. So here it is with a pair of loafers, and even though this is an evening bag, very suitable for evening and for going out or elevated outfits, but I find when you wear something as a crossbody, it really casualizes. I think it just makes you feel more casual and relaxed in your posture and in your body, and that creates a more casual, relaxed outfit. This didn't come with this strap. It came with, a little, do I have it in there, the original one? Yeah. A little dainty one that I'd have here, and I'd hold by hand. And I just took this off a different bag and clipped it on. And that has let me get so much more wear out of this bag than I would have otherwise. So that's fantastic. So I'd totally do that with loafers, and I would totally do it with a pair of like boots as well. Let's try that. So here it is with a pair of dirty old brown boots that I love. And I love pairing really beautiful silks and things with just a pair of old boots. That's very me. I love the contrast that creates, and yeah, it feels very me. Okay, and this is how I'd wear it, like really casually, with jeans, just jeans and a vintage t-shirt and my loafers. And yeah, this feels super relaxed and just really demonstrates how you can take a very old, antique, even period style piece and make it very modern and fresh, and just really enjoy the beautiful fabrics that these eras created. Because often people would see pieces like this and just think, where would I go in it? I couldn't wear that. But actually, it's very simple to modernize it and make it wearable for the everyday with just adding it to what you already have. So I've gone with a bag. I was looking at two bags. I really like the splash of burgundy with this, but my shoes are burgundy and that's a bit too matchy for me. It's fine, it works, but I like the dove grey against that. They work really nicely together. And then I just pop a pair of sunglasses on too. I've got some 80s earrings, and that's it. I'd love to find some more vintage t-shirts. They're one thing that I struggle to find. And I think, well, I know, and I have to change this. I know when I go somewhere that has vintage t-shirts, it feels like more of a chore, because it is a chore to sift through like rows of t-shirts when it's quite rare to find a really good vintage t-shirt. And usually the place that has good ones, like when I was in LA, for example, like the markets have really good ones. But when you've only got one day at the market, there's so many other treasures that it's hard to discipline. I find it hard to discipline myself to look through, bins this high full of t-shirts. If I lived there, no problem. But when you've only got one day to be there, I prioritized other things. So if anyone has a good online vintage t-shirt resource, please share it with me. I'd really love to find some more. That's one thing I really do lack in my wardrobe. And then this is just one other way I definitely see myself wearing this in the springtime when it's a bit cooler. layered with jeans. And again, this is a different shade of green under it, but another kind of slip dress. And those colors just work really nice together. This one's more green, the other one was blue. But obviously, you know, I could do the blue with the jeans as well. But yeah, I like this as another easy, breezy, comfortable look. So here is the antique corset, and I've paired it with a pair of 70s vintage denim, really dark, and also a pair of snakeskin platform heels. And I'll give you a little closer look at the corset and the detail. I love the little suspenders hanging out the back. And I've paired it with kind of a 70s. I've kind of mixed it with a 70s feel with the jeans and the platforms. And then I'd pop on. Well, I'd probably wear this out at night, so probably wouldn't need sunglasses, but depending on the time of year, who knows? And yeah, I love that for a night out. What I also have the idea in my head, I haven't tried this yet, but let's try it, is I love that together. And I love that about, you know, shopping for pieces and then you come home and they work together. I had no intention of pairing these together when I bought them individually. But they kind of feel made for each other, don't they? I would probably swap the shoes if I was wearing this. So let me change a couple of things to make this a more complete look now. Okay, so I've just pulled out a couple of options. They would probably be my preferred option, these green velvet ones. But I've just realized they need to be repaired. So I'm not going to put those on. These could be super fun, like the velvet and the pop of color. Gold platforms. They're just ridiculously high. And in all reality, I should sell those because I'm not going to wear a heel that high. I bought them online secondhand, and I do love them. And they're not like that uncomfortable because they have a platform. So I have worn them. I mean, they look great with the flares. And then these burgundy 1970s heels are gorgeous too. I love the burgundy mix with it. And also these green velvet boots that I was wearing earlier would be a great choice. I think I'll try these two and see which I prefer. Yeah, so if you're buying heels online or secondhand, and you know, you can be buying them pre-loved, but they can still be brand new and never worn if you get the ick about secondhand shoes. Always ask how many centimeters high the heel is because the photos can be misleading, and I did not think these were this high or I wouldn't have bought them. So always ask. And if you do have the ick a bit about buying secondhand shoes, you can get them, put them in a plastic bag and put them in the freezer for 24 to 48 hours, and that kills any kind of bacteria that could be on the shoe, and that's what I do. And with all that said, the gold ones are actually my favorite when I tried them all on, and I've gone with this little bag. So I would actually wear, let me show you the full look in the mirror. So here is the full look with the crazy high platforms. Now, I would actually wear these if I was just going for dinner and I'm going straight from the car to the restaurant and I'm going to sit down and there's no dancing or standing, chatting around involved. I could totally wear them. But that's the look and I love it. I love this cape. I love the corset. Yeah, this feels very me. Can't wait to wear this. So here's another way I'll wear this corset, and it's over a slip dress. And I love putting corsets over slip dresses. I find it a really fun way to layer and to play with layers. So I've paired it over this 1920s kind of peach colored silk slip dress. And I've got this lovely little Italian silk velvet bolero. It's coming up quite orange on screen. Actually, it's a lot softer in real life. It's more of like a real antique coral, a real soft coral, but it's quite bright on the screen. So I love this. I've had this forever. It's been everywhere with me. And I've mended it so many times, like the sleeves here have opened up because the velvet is it's so worn at this stage, but I just love it. and it's getting a bit smaller with every repair because I lose a bit of fabric, but yeah, I really love it. I love the color. And I've got my loafers on. Stand back so you can see. And this is an outfit I'd wear anywhere. Like I'd wear this out for lunch, I'd wear it to an art exhibition or going out for dinner. Yeah, so I love this, and I think it's a really fun way to layer. So I'd also do it without this. Let me show you another version. So all I've done here is take the bolero off, and then I've added this lovely little pin onto it, flower I should say. And I love this. This could be more of a, you know, dressed up look, but I also really like it. It feels very me, and it's very comfortable. It's just a really nice way to layer during the summer where you don't want too much fuss on you. You don't want a lot of clothes, but you still want to feel like your outfit's a little bit more interesting. Of course, it's a really great way to do that. So here it is, just showing you here from this mirror too. It's very simple. I added the boots, give it a heel. You know, we could do any heel there we wanted. I don't have a bag actually. Just grabbed this little bag. I wanted my little green one and I put it down somewhere. And I don't know where I've put it, but that's actually what I'd wear, the little green one. This is a bit too neutral, but it'll show up. It's somewhere, but I just can't find it right now. So that's it. I found my bag. Okay, so here's another way I'd wear it. It's basically the same as what I showed you earlier, but when I was wearing that last slip dress, I thought, oh, I'd love to see it with a green one because then I could pair it with the antique shawl. So I wanted to put that together. So this is it so far. And like I said, I haven't tightened up the back. And that's honestly, I don't usually tighten corsets up too much because I want to be able to breathe and feel comfortable in them. And when you don't tighten them up too much, they're actually fine. They're not uncomfortable at all. So let's see this with the shawl over now. And here it is with the antique shawl over it, which I really like. There we go. That's the full look. I've paired it with these vintage Yves Saint Laurent shoes that they're from the 90s. And yeah, I can't wait to wear this out. I love this. It feels very, I like to be dressed up, but also comfortable. That's really important for me, to feel comfortable. So this outfit really does that, which I love. So I've taken the corset another direction, pairing it with this full length silk skirt. And I've got the burgundy 70s shoes that I showed you earlier on, and this men's pinstripe, well, just striped shirt. And I like the different feel that gives it. I had originally intended to just try the corset on with this skirt, and then I had the thought to put something under it. But I'd still like to try the skirt alone with the corset too. But I thought this was super fun, and definitely a way I'd wear this. And it's just like the more I play with this, the more versatile I'm realizing it is. And I would do this same look in a toned down version too. So let's get rid of the hat and the glasses, these shoes. So this is another way I'd wear this very same outfit, just putting a pair of brown loafers on with it and a bag and removing the hat. And it's just really, yeah, I'd go anywhere in this. Really comfortable and just fun. Let me show you the full look. So here it is. Here's the shoes. And I just like that mix of masculine and feminine at play. This skirt was actually a wedding dress that I found in a vintage store, and the silk was so beautiful. And I loved this detailing on it at the hips here. But it was tiny. I mean, it was the tiniest thing I'd ever seen because the top was so petite. And she said she had it for ages. She was like, nobody's ever going to buy it. It's too small. So I had the idea to cut the top, the bodice off and to use the fabric from the top of it and put panels in here to make the skirt a bit wider. I didn't do it myself, I brought it to a tailor. So it was really just the fabric. The old silk is always gets me. I love it. It's lovely and long now on me as well, which is something, I'm quite tall, so I find that hard to find. So being able to upcycle things that are sitting in vintage stores, not being sold, in a way that fits your body, and especially if you're taller or shorter, you can adapt that to get you the perfect fit, which is lovely. So a bit of creativity can go a long way. You know, if you see something and think, wow, that's beautiful. Oh, I always ask myself, how could I make that work for me? Or is there anything I could do with it? If there's an element that I love about it. And for this, there definitely was. Yeah, the fabric is really what I loved about it. Yeah, so this is just another fun way to wear this corset. I took out a few blouses. I was thinking, I'm not going to try them all on. I'll be exhausted. But I think this would also be really cool under it. I might have to try that one on. Yeah. And then I had this kind of blue high neck option. And then I was thinking of going all different shades of cream. That could be nice, especially with the hat. And then I thought that could be cool, especially with this flouncing out over it. I have no idea if that would have worked or not, but I just thought that could be interesting to mix like a real 70s shirt with the corset. I might try that in the future, but yeah, those are just some more ideas just to play with and to see how it turned out. I had to do it. I had to try the green one on as well. I'm really happy I did. I love it. I love, that's the full look there. I love the green silk and that color. I think it's beautiful with the cream. So I really like that. And I've paired it with a pair of really old cream Miu Miu platforms. See, I can't see the screen when I'm this far away. I'm actually quite far away for you to get a full view of my outfit. So I have no idea what I'm showing you. I hope you can see this. That's why I take it over to the mirror sometimes. I've got these Miu Miu really old. I think they're like from the 2000s sometime. Very comfortable platform shoes, and the heel is appropriately high. And yeah, I love the color of this blouse, and I love it with corset. And then the hat for fun. And you know, I could wear any of these lovely little bags, this little green one. It would just depend where I was going and what I needed to bring. Obviously, if it was evening, I'd just go with one of those. If I wanted to casualize this further, I could put the loafers on again. I'd probably do a burgundy pair or brown, and just a more casual bag. And I'd lose the hat. And now I want to try the 70s one on and see what it looks like. I don't think the 70s one will work, but I'm going to give it a try and see. If it does, I'll come back and show you. So the 70s shirt, it wasn't working for me. It's too short. And what's nice about wearing a shirt underneath this, or underneath any corset really, is when the shirt comes down at the bottom so you can see the layer, and it wasn't doing that. So it didn't work. But this is it, just without anything, which is obviously much more glam. But beautiful, I think, too. And I've paired it with a pair of gold vintage shoes that I have. Again, better heel. I would actually wear those green velvet heels that I showed you. They're just broken right now, so I don't want to make them worse. But I think that would be really nice. It's also nice with the gold. And this bag, it could also be bridal. They're probably, well, the skirt definitely was bridal originally. And I would imagine this could have been a bridal corset too. So could definitely be bridal. It just all depends on how you're feeling and what you're in the mood for. But I love it. I think I'm going to leave it here. There's so much more I could style, but my energy is still not 100% after being sick, and I can just feel it dropping now. So I think I need to go and have some food and take a little rest. I'll definitely be continuing to style these pieces on Instagram, so make sure you're following me there if you want to see those. Let me know if there's anything that you'd like to see next. That was so fun. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed it too. Let me know which your favorite look was or which your favorite piece was and how you'd style it. I love hearing your thoughts and ideas. So do pop by and say hi. And please remember to like and subscribe. It really does help the channel. And remember, check out what everyone else is saying in the comments below and reach out and chat to each other, because this is a really beautiful bunch of people and I'm so grateful that you're all here. I'm having such a lovely time connecting and chatting with you all, and I just think you'd all enjoy each other so much as well. So I really encourage you to do the same. And yeah, have an amazing week, and I can't wait to see you again soon.